What's up, guys? It's NBA Talk here, and it's just me today. It's Dylan. No co-host. So if you enjoy this video, like, subscribe. But today we're going to be doing my, let me put in quotes, my NBA mock draft. So let's get right into it. With the 12th pick, I have the Philadelphia 76ers taking a wing. Mikal Bridges, 6'7", shooting guard, half shooting guard, half small forward, basically. But I've been watching a lot of his games recently, and the guy seems to be a great shot blocker. He's got a super smooth jumper, doesn't take a long time to release. He has super fast hands. I've seen him get a lot of inbound steals. And he's just a great cutter. I've seen him make some amazing alley-oops, but even the lay-ins that he puts in there are really pretty. And my comparison for him was Otto Porter Jr. He reminds me a lot of him with the 3-and-D aspect. And for our next pick, we have the Clippers at 11. We have Kevin Knox. So Kevin Knox is a 6'9", small forward. He finishes on the fast break. He's very fast, and he has very good switch ability. He throws really good outlet passes, so he could be a guy that you could throw outlet passes to DeAndre Jordan. But I've never seen him take over as a main guy for a Kentucky team that probably needs a main guy. I don't know. I don't watch a lot of college hoops. But I haven't seen anything of him going ISO off the dribble. So he might be good as a wing there in La La Land. So with the 10th pick, I have the Hornets taking Colin Sexton, the Alabama point guard. He's 6'2". He's definitely a floor general. He actually really runs the floor like a guy like LeBron, where he tells people to get out the way when he's trying to run a pick and roll. He beats all of the all the faster guards off the bounce from what I've seen. He draws a lot of fouls from what I've seen. But his shot selection is a little iffy. I saw him take a couple of dumb threes, but they were fallen, so I don't know if that's a part of his game. It doesn't really look like it by the amount of times I saw it. So for my favorite team, the Knicks, we fall in at number 9. I wish we were higher, but not really. So I have us taking Miles Bridges, a 6'7", small forward, power forward. And he looks really athletic, which is something that you could put along Kristaps Porzingis. He's a southpaw, left-handed, and he's got a really good ISO game, and he's confident with his jump shot. And he also just moves his body in the air really well. Like, when he goes up for a putback dunk, he can maneuver his body to put it in on the left side when the ball's coming in off the right. It's really fun to watch. And one of the biggest comparisons I've seen from NBADraft.net is Kawhi Leonard. And if the Knicks could get a guy like, obviously not the same player as Kawhi Leonard. When we say comparisons, that's who they play like, not who they're going to be. So Kawhi Leonard type player, that'd be nice for the Knicks. Number 8, I have Mo Bamba to the Bulls. Mo Bamba is super long and lengthy. Looks like he can be a great defender in this league. He hits college threes from what I've seen, he looks like he's pretty comfortable from college threes, but I don't think that's going to translate to the NBA. But he has a lot of his points come off of putback finishes. And he's basically the low usage center that you want out there on the court, a Clint Capella type of guy. But I compared him to Tyson Chandler, a guy who can be in there and just he doesn't hurt you with the shooting. Well, he'll hurt you with the shooting, but he won't. He doesn't demand the ball to be successful, but he can still play really well off of other guys. And I think guys like Zach LaVine can feed him the ball, and especially with Lauri Markkanen being such a perimeter threat, it really helps. With the 7th pick, I have the Sacramento Kings taking Jaren Jackson Jr. Yeah, I know he's had some off-the-field problems, but he's a 6'11 power forward. He's long, he's lengthy. He's a guy that could fill in for Zebo next year, because I don't think they're going to re-sign Zebo. Or he might be on a 2-year deal. Forget what I just said. But he rebounds with such a tenacity. He's so enthusiastic about every rebound he gets. And he's just not afraid of contact. He'll take bigger and smaller guys down there, and he'll just bully ball them. It's really hard to watch if you're an opposing coach. You're like, what do I do against this guy? But he has the same problems as a Mo Bamba, where he's not really a post-up option, but he's a good offensive player when he can just get dump-offs from guys like hopefully De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. But he also seems to run the floor well. I saw him get this steal at the three-point line and just gassing other guards. For number 6, I have the Cavs via the Brooklyn Nets pick. And this is where we start getting into the real top players here. I have them taking Trae Young for shooting. The superstar out of Oklahoma. He's really struggled as of late. His team has too. Barely making the Sweet 16. But he's been hitting red-hot threes from half court all year. And the comparison is there. Steph Curry, it's right. It builds it up for us. But it seems like he struggles in bigger games against bigger schools. He does not have good shot IQ. He's a lack of a defender. But I feel like playing next to maybe LeBron next year, if LeBron stays. If he plays next to LeBron, the shot IQ, he can have his own moments, but LeBron's still going to run the show. So number 5, I have the Dallas Mavericks. And I have them taking Wendell Carter Jr. to be Dirk's replacement when he retires. Because Dirk is a freak of nature, and I have no idea when he's going to retire. He's definitely a very good team defender and a good playmaker out of the high post. And I compared him to Al Horford, the way he's not going to pull down a bunch of rebounds and a bunch of blocks, but he's definitely going to make your team better defensively. And then and he's got a very good mid-range, so like a Marc Gasol type of mid-range game, I think would work really well with having a dominant low post presence. Would be really nice for the Mavericks. For the Magic at number 4, I have them selecting Luka Doncic, the phenom overseas who started being a pro at 15 or 16, I believe. And he definitely has that pro mindset. He's going to come into the NBA as a vet, I feel like. More of a quiet, reserved type of kid where he just wants to win. He's a pure playmaker. He's a good mixture of playmaking and scoring, though. He reminds me a lot of Manu Ginobili, the way he can get his own shot, but he can also be a 5 to 6 assist guy. I have him listed as a shooting guard, point guard at 6'8". Some people have him listed as a shooting guard, small forward. I think he has a lot of point guard abilities, like what Ben Simmons does, where he can be a point forward, or a James Harden role where he's the shooting guard, but he's the main ball handler. I could definitely see a role like that for Luka Doncic. He's probably one of the he's probably the second best player in this class to me. But I feel like he falls down for needs. I feel like he's the second best player in the class, but he doesn't fit the system. At number 3, I have the Atlanta Hawks with selecting Marvin Bagley, the 6'10 power forward at Duke. Marvin Bagley has been dominant in the low post at Duke. When he's out there, he's made plays out of the low post. He's scored out of the low post. But he's struggled on defense, really. That's why Duke has been better with when Wendell Carter Jr. is out there, because Wendell Carter Jr. is a better defender. But he's still a dominant figure in this league. But I don't think the power forward spot's the right place for him. I think he's going to have to slide down to a center spot. But he's dominant in the low post. If you can build a system around this guy, you better. Number 2, I have the Phoenix Suns selecting DeAndre Ayton. The player I think is the best player in the class. He's 7'1". He looks like an NBA player already. He's already been dominant in college, winning the Pac-12 championship. And he looks like he doesn't struggle on defense as Marvin Bagley does. But he's so strong. He's so big and wide and strong. He reminds me a lot of Joel Embiid in college, where he didn't have the mid-range game and the passing that Joel Embiid has, but I feel like he can develop that later in his career. But the mid-range is nice. You can play him basically anywhere inside the three-point line. And this leaves, at the number 1 pick, I have the Memphis Grizzlies taking Michael Porter Jr. Yes, there is injury concerns with the lower back, but I hope he comes back and plays to the player that I saw him play in high school. I've actually gone to see this guy play in real life. He's amazing to watch. He's such a good scorer. He's been compared to Kevin Durant. I said the same thing. He is Kevin Durant of this class. I know we heard that about Brandon Ingram, and that didn't really work out. But Brandon Ingram is developing his own type of player right now. But I feel like Michael Porter Jr., he's 6'10", long wingspan. He's a really good scorer. He's long, he's athletic, he can body down low. I hope he can develop like a Carmelo Anthony type face-up game where he can just take a defender one-on-one and win games. Yeah, I said DeAndre Ayton is the best player in this class, but Memphis does have Marc Gasol already, and I don't think they're getting rid of Marc Gasol anytime soon. They're just stubborn about Marc Gasol, is what it seems like. So I think that's going to end it for you guys. It's just me today. Comment if you want to have any other, if you like any other co-host, or you just like me doing it. If I forgot anybody on this list, or you would want to add any more good scheme fits, drop them down below in the comment section, and I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.